Hi, I'm Mickey.
And I'm Ryan.
And this is Hiseerie.
We grew up watching paranormal investigators like Zach Bagans on Ghost Adventures, Ryan and Shane on BuzzFeed Unsolved and Ghost Files, and Sam and Colby on YouTube. The semi-casual investigations, people just trying to connect with those who are no longer around, or something we just can't understand, and diving deep into true crime cases. All throughout history, different cultures have believed in the paranormal. Divine gods, spirits, aliens, shaman, and witchcraft, just to name a few. Supernatural occurrences are reported all over the world and have become ingrained into pop culture. Since the beginning of humanity, people have been questioning the bigger picture of existence. What's really out there? Aliens? Ghosts? Bigfoot? Well, we wanted to try it ourselves in our own backyard. So come with us and explore the paranormal and macabre side of the great Midwest.
We're from Pioneer PBS in Granite Falls, Minnesota, and share a love for all things paranormal and the more macabre side of history.
On this season's two-part finale, we, for the first time, did a 48-hour lockdown at Malvern Manor.
Over the course of the 48 hours, we explored every room and were joined by some great investigators and inventors from the area. First and foremost, this episode does come with a trigger warning. Malvern has a difficult past, and so we'll be touching on the subjects of abuse, sexual assault, suicide, and mental illness.
Before we get into this investigation, let's take a look at the history of Malvern Manor.
Now, this location doesn't have a lot of documentation with it, and so it's kind of a accumulation of information from past employees, past residents, folks from the area, and paranormal investigators. What I mean to say is there's definitely some confusion and misinformation with the history of the place, so take everything with a bit of a grain of salt. Luckily, there's people willing to help tell this place's story, seemingly on both sides of the veil.
So when we can correlate paranormal happenings with historical fact, like that's the good stuff. So between just the former nursing staff, newspaper archival type websites and things like that, and then of course certain family members have also been very kind with their time. So I mean it's been a melting pot of information, but it all so far is working out.
Another important note, this building has gone through numerous name changes.
For the sake of simplicity, we'll only be referring to it as the Malvern Manor.
The building itself was constructed in 1869. Initially, at that time, like we know it was the fourth structure that was built in town. So literally the entire town is like popping up around this monstrosity of a building.
The original building was built as a family home for Mr. Isaac Ringland and his family, the mayor of Malvern.
After Ringland and his wife passed away in the 1890s, the house was sold to Captain Cullers. Cullers is who changed the house into a hotel for railroad workers in the area.
Its primary focus at that time was just a hotel, primarily servicing the railroad, which was right out the front door. So I mean, people were coming and going all the time. And it ran as a hotel all the way up until the 1950s. At that time, it kind of takes an odd turn. It becomes what we would consider to be more of like a nursing home.
In 1956, the building was sold to Bessie Smith, Mildred Peterson, and Yvonne Windergust, who reopened the building as the Nishna Nursing and Rest Home.
3 years later, Geraldine and Hap Reed would buy the business in 1959.
The nursing home only lasted a couple of decades. So in the 1970s, the state of Iowa came in and deemed that the hallways weren't wide enough to properly support transporting patients properly. So they were shut down. Now this is also then when history becomes the most fascinating for geeks and nerds like myself, and that is where it becomes a group home. The group home itself is servicing any form of what they considered to be a mental disorder back then, which is vastly different than our consideration today.
The 1970s were definitely a different time. So the reasons people were sent to Malvern varied and were handled very poorly compared to what we consider appropriate today.
So things that we see literally all the time, people with Down syndrome, people with drug and alcohol abuse, people with autism, very common type things. And then of course, more exotic cases, if you will, people with DID, or what they used to refer to as multiple personalities, schizophrenics, I mean, even murderers were housed here. This is a very eclectic group of people coexisting under the same roof, and it ran as such all the way up until 2005.
Eventually, ownership changed hands and the rumors of abuse began to spread. Malvern Manor was abandoned in 2005.
In 2013, Josh Hurd, the paranormal investigator, purchased the building and now acts as a curator for the property.
So how I got involved with this building is kind of interesting. So I was actually filming my first documentary film ever right across the street at a place called the Classic Cafe, which has its own slew of paranormal happenings. Now, I also didn't realize that there was a bar that is attached to the Classic Cafe. And so with noise contamination and all that stuff, we couldn't properly investigate. So I went outside and I was more than a little agitated because night one of filming was completely done with, in my opinion. And there was a gentleman outside and he said, "What's with all the cameras?" And I was like, I told him what we were doing, and in the back of my head, I'm like, this guy's gonna think I'm absolutely crazy. But he said, "That's interesting. I don't believe in this stuff. However, I own a building and a lot of weird things happen that I can't explain." He goes, "Again, don't believe in this stuff, but you're more than welcome to check it out." Because the place is 10,000 square feet. It used to be a hotel, then it was a nursing home, then it was a group home for mentally handicapped people. You're more than welcome to come and investigate. I said, "Where is this place? Because it sounds way too good to be true." He said, "It's right there across the street." And from that moment, he was kind enough to let us in to this building. And from there, I fell in love with this building. He ended up moving away and all of that stuff. He got another job in another town. And I was like, I have to do something to keep this building doing what it's doing. Otherwise, it's just going to be a parking lot eventually. But yeah.
During the years of operation, over 100 deaths were reported, and even 2 possible murders.
This number has risen to over 200 since investigators, both paranormal and not, have unlocked more of the manor's dark past. Due to the deadly and neglectful events that took place here, it's believed that some of these spirits still roam the halls.
There have been many reports that this building is haunted. Many people report that they hear voices of people who have lost their lives in this place.
Obviously, I'm fairly biased when it comes to the building, right? But the coolest thing about this place is the fact that we haven't touched a thing. Everything is how it was when we first walked in here. And I think, in my personal opinion, from an investigative side of everything, it adds a little bit more integrity to the place, especially from that investigative standpoint. You're able to investigate this the same way I first did, the same way we all first did.
Although we weren't allowed to leave Malvern Manor for a full 48 hours, we were allowed to invite our fellow investigators and friends to help us along.
On the first night, we were joined by Ivy from Farrar Elementary School, who you might recognize from our episode earlier this season when we investigated that property. After she arrived, Josh took us on a tour of the building, and we decided to start our investigation up in Inez's room.
Inez's room. So the story with Inez Gibson fascinates me, but we know that the year was 1900. It was December 21st, so it was right around Christmas time. 12-year-old Inez Gibson is outside playing with her 8-year-old brother Otto. She's cold or she's bored, but she says, "I'm going upstairs." 10 minutes then pass. Her brother Otto comes upstairs, finds his sister Inez hanging by her jump rope in the closet. It looked as if it was a suicide. And to be fair, it kind of smelled like a suicide. Like these kids had a very tough go of life up until this point, right? In her actual death certificate itself, it says accidental death. Now, that's a heck of an accident, if you ask me. So I don't know what to believe, really, right? But what I do know, Otto ran to the grocery store, which is where Aunt and Uncle were working that day as grocers here in town. Aunt and Uncle had also just become adopted mom and dad to these kids. So he grabbed them. He grabbed 2 doctors as well, which just seems like complete dumb luck for small town Iowa in 1900. But they all raced back. They got her down. They tried to help in some way. Far too much time had passed, and there was just simply no helping her. This story shook the entire community. Even one of the doctors that was trying to assist her that day committed suicide himself 10 days later. It just gets messy, right? What fascinates me the most is that one of the most active spirits we have here is a little girl claiming to be Inez Gibson, and you will very audibly hear her running up and down these halls. She'll call you by name. She'll ask you to come and play, things like that. Definitively, I also know that Inez Gibson never died here. So the story that I just told you 100% happened right across the street, never on this property.
Tools of the trade.
Dead bell. The dead bell uses an EMF reader that physically dings the bell when a change in environment is detected.
Spirit box. Scans radio frequencies for spirits to communicate through the white noise and words. Estes method. Uses a spirit box, then one investigator wears an eye mask and headphones while the other investigator asks questions to help eliminate bias.
It was something like, that'd explain it or something. That would explain it.
Is number 1 here?
They're in the...
In the hallway?
in here.
In here. Who do I hear outside?
We're a member, or we remember.
Do you remember being in this room?
Oh, that was... I couldn't hear what she said. From... need to be... It was like, we need to be paid respect. But like in like 3 different voices.
How can we do that?
How can we show you respect?
We were called.
Would you like an offering of some kind? A gift? Okay.
They're almost...
I've got cookies in my car.
Oh, you've got that?
Yeah, I'm willing to share. Do you want a cookie?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Share it?
Okay, that might be the coolest thing ever.
As soon as we're done here,
Report something?
I'm gonna go down there. I will grab my cookies. I think I've got some popcorn too. Popcorn's my favorite snack.
I only want 1?
Okay, well, I've got 2, so...
Well, I want...
I was gonna say I'll give you 1 and I could have the other one, but is there more than one person that wants a cookie?
1 for... something... It sounded like cookie or something.
Okay, we've never had anything like this.
I will
Deliver it?
100%. Absolutely. We'll get you.
Get out of my way. Did you see the...
Are you trying to show yourself now? This is so cool.
Will I... give it here?
I have to go get it. Is it okay if we talk a little bit first before I get the cookie?
Well, let's remove you.
Remove me? Why?
Eight people up.
Now everyone wants a cookie?
I feel like the energy changed. There's an energy.
You're asking the obvious.
This is awesome.
Alright. I will go get you some cookies. But that's...
Brave men that.
Can you ring the bell for how many people are in the room?
You've got some.
1, 2. Okay.
She's a laugh. How many of those cookies do you have?
I only have
How much
2.
cargo?
I only have 2 cookies, but I also have popcorn.
Someone that you can... Y'all stop talking over each other. Get a sentence out.
It was really bad once things got to like.
Hold it
They would
proudly.
like, talk over each other and then it'd go dead silent.
All of them.
It was really weird.
Can you tell us why she's laughing?
Well, I wanna.
I do too.
Oh, it just said something, but I can't hear it. Rachel.
Rachel? Are you here with us, Rachel?
Bad man. It was like Rachel was in a man's voice and then the bad man was in a woman's voice.
I can hear them.
Rachel, are you okay?
No clue I was. Ranch? Oh?
Are y'all doing that just to make me jump? Because that makes
Oh.
me jump.
That was a ding?
Oh my god.
I should have been recording this so I could send
You're
this.
looking at a long?
What are we looking at?
I want to tell you.
We're listening.
Whoa. Something, like a something dead.
What do you mean?
Name your. Well, I'm dead. We're all dying. It's the living. We're just hoping.
What are you hoping for?
Out.
Did you hear that?
Something that will.
Sounded like something was rattling.
You know, we try and talk to you so that we understand life better.
It sounded like it was like, please, but. Right.
I mean,
Any means whatsoever.
Oh my gosh. Sassy.
So you already know.
we. I don't know how to respond to
I
that.
just feel sassy.
Bro!
You're making, or something, you're doing something. Oh. Like.
I don't know. It makes me nervous.
Yeah.
Let's get a little bit more from...
If you have questions for us, by all means.
I was... And I just... Annoying me.
Well, somebody said they needed help and then never told us how we can help you.
It's kind of like a guy laughing.
This is starting to get a little eerie.
How is this gonna... I want to win. So what am I? Yeah.
Is this a game to you?
He was supposed to come in.
My left arm's getting cold.
But he's...
Is someone coming in the room? Or standing right outside of it?
He's changed. And that's... worry? Mm-mm. He's suspended, or she's suspended from air.
It's really hard to have a conversation with
The
you
boy
guys.
tried.
Hanging. Suspended in air, the boy trying. Are you talking about your brother trying to help you? I don't know why that just came into my mind, but...
You're not...
I just got goosebumps too, just on this arm.
Is this a doctor? Are we talking to a doctor that tried to help?
That is my business. And I work there. It was wonderful.
You enjoyed your time here?
But then there was that story.
Is it a made-up story?
She... Paul... Lives... I just feel...
Are you speaking about Inez?
But she died.
Did she die in this building?
Extra my last straw. It got worse.
Are you upset that people tell the story like it was like
I'm yours.
happened in here?
And spent there or something. I couldn't face them.
That sounds like the doctor.
Are you upset you couldn't do anything more for her?
This is a miracle. Hundreds of millions.
You know, there's nothing you could have done.
Ah, yes. I'm trying to make an effort. I'm serious.
Who are we?
I have to get...
Who are we speaking with? Or who are we listening to, I should say.
I've got to.
Get on
Yeah.
I will try to keep, or I've been trying to keep that at a minimum. Because pretty much everything that comes through makes me think of song lyrics. It's a problem.
Guilty.
Aha! Didn't jump that time. Why's it gotta be so hot up here?
I was gonna say, I was comfortable for the last like 10 minutes and now I'm getting warm again.
I was comfortable and now I'm like, I need to take this.
No.
I'm just saying this so that it's out there, but I feel like I was just like, I totally just blacked out for a minute. Okay, sorry. I don't know how long I've been quiet, but like that was really weird.
Like straight into dissociation.
Like I like don't remember anything, and then all of a sudden it was like I couldn't hear anything here, but the bell went off, and then I was like snapped back into it. But that was really weird.
I saw her
Sorry.
talking to herself. I just thought she was like repeating what she was hearing. It just looked like she mumbled a few words.
I wonder if that's why it's getting warmer in here. Is there's something?
Something.
I'm cold
Where?
again. I'm cool again, I should say.
Buckle
This side's
up.
colder than this side, but
I said we all.
I actually kind of want to pull her out. She's been under for a minute.
yeah, we could pull her out just to be safe.
We're getting closer. Oh. Hello.
Hi.
Sorry, I totally blacked out there.
No, dude, you're. I think it was
lot
paranormal.
happened. Yeah.
Honestly,
Oh, yeah.
there like because it started to heat up, and then you said something, and then you said, like sorry, I just blacked out. Like you straight up dissociated,
I'm like gonna watch that back later because I genuinely.
bro.
What's the last thing I remember?
I don't know if you'll be able to see your lips too, but you just said, you know, you're like, I blacked out. And like a minute earlier or whatever, I actually just saw you like mumbling, but I thought you were just repeating like what you were hearing, you know what I
I
mean?
literally.
Like,
Oh my god, what was the last? Like I literally could not tell you what the last thing I remember was.
there was a lot.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Was somebody trying to draw energy from my friend?
Is there music? I'm
Yes,
hearing
there,
music
yeah.
now.
I remember about cookies, and then
I forgot about that. I'm sorry.
I remember Oh my god, what the
There's
fuck?
so much talk about cookies.
Yeah, I know it was weird. as I was like, what?
As soon as I offered
offered
cookies,
cookies.
activity
Oh.
went skyrocketing, dude.
Okay, that makes a lot.
I
more
think
sense.
the
REM pod?
REM pod just went off. You said cookie. You're like, I offered them a cookie. I heard beep.
Are you guys upset that I still haven't gotten you your cookies? Can you ring the bell?
And that concludes part 1 of our investigation at Malvern Manor.
Join us next week when we have our friends from Farrar Elementary and paranormal inventor Paul Kocsis with us.
If you want to support Hiseerie and our PBS station, you can go to our Patreon at patreon.com/Hiseerie for more behind-the-scenes and full-length uncut investigations.
If you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe down below.